Hello everyone, Hawky here, back with another sort of Convallaria video. So before I was doing some damage tests with ESTRA and like the ultimate, she just killed the boss solo in 4 turns. I'll put the video in the description, you guys can check it out. But I was thinking like, we need a frame of reference. So what I was thinking is I'll pull up my Tristan on global. The stats are fairly similar, right? 4.1k attack, and I'm running like Justice, Field of Justice. The issue I was running with this was I wasn't really hitting like crits. So instead of Shield of Justice, which gives like 12% attack and everything, I was thinking like, I'll grab the cloak and I could cheat, right? Because I'm only doing solo. It's both like 12% attack and defense. So I'm gonna do this, and yeah, attack's still the same. I just want to cheat and make sure Tristan gets some crits. So I feel like that will be more a fair comparison than like Tristan not hitting any crits at all. So same sort of setup I did as per my ESTRA video, and what I'll do is I'll give the speed and everything, and we'll load to this like Coco, I think it was. So Tristan, I'll have a favorite lunch, headbutt, okay, no crit, Crimson Fury. Man, when am I gonna get crits with this? Okay, 9.5 and Furious to 6. No crits. What is happening? Okay, I guess we just have to play with no crits, even though I'm using Cloak. Yeah, we'll compare like both of their, like how much damage I'm doing. Okay, like first turn burst, we got the boss down to 85,127. So 32k damage, like huge bursts, but that's what Tristan is known for with her Crimson Fury, and then the other turn's going to be a lot less, right? Well, what's that, like 20k damage? I think that's really solid there on Tristan. Right, you know, first few turns, definitely better than ESTRA there, so stand by. So how much damage did we do turn 2? We went down to 63,930, so that's like 21k damage. So yeah, still ahead of ESTRA with her ultimate skills. And actually this turn, this is where I do invincible, and I move to this space so I don't die. 14, that's like 22k. Still really solid damage there, especially with a 4-star Tristan, right? Okay, then die. And let's compare the HP of these, yeah? Coco, move her up. The boss went down to 40k, 541, at 23k damage. Now turn 3 ESTRA is pretty much caught up to Tristan's damage here, but now turn 4 Tristan has her headbutt again. I went to this square last time, it was like 3 move, right? So 1, 2, I do it like this, like 3 move, because that's what ESTRA was. And then we'll do headbutt, 10k, and then Furious Pursuit. Okay, no crit. No crit on that last hit. Man, why is it so hard to get Tristan to crit? I'm even cheating with the cloak. Where did the boss HP land us? 8,000, right? 8540. 32k. I don't know. Was there a way for us to force a crit? By like teleport here. And headbutt from here. Okay. And then attack 21, 5k. Okay, so we missed 5k from the second hit, but we got our initial crit hit. Tristan died, but it's okay. Let's check the HP now. We pushed out that crit. Okay, 2. What's that? 2245. If she crit again, like that would have that would have been GG. But yeah, 4-turn Tristan. You know, it's still comparable. Yeah. Like I'll say a 4-star Tristan. Like, you know, I definitely cheated with using the cloak, giving me 20% extra crit. So Tristan normally, she's still very reliant on the crit buffs. And remember, Tristan also give herself the damage 2 buff from Fervent Lunge, right? And that was like her maximum single target output for Tristan. Like, and I could still add like more buffs, debuffs, and everything, but we're already 1 buff ahead of ESTRA with the damage 2. Because if we look at ESTRA here on the Taiwan server, right? I was using a 4-star void stat, right? 4-star, this could have went higher. I mean, not that much different. 3% extra crit. What we also had is ESTRA's No Restraints ultimate. This is a 2-turn cooldown, right? If we were using a flag or like Coco, or this cooldown would have been reduced, and you could spam this every turn essentially. So like ESTRA still has a lot more potential to get stronger, and Dio here only has ESTRA here at 3-star. Like pushing it to 4-star, we get even more damage from this 6% for each energy missing to 8%, totaling 24% there. If the target's no energy, the physical attack goes to 20%. Yeah, so definitely a lot more potential for ESTRA to do more damage. And like her skills and effects, they don't give her like your typical buffs. Like if ESTRA got a damage 2, then her damage would even be more higher, right? And you know, for both of them, if I were to, you know, stack up like attack 2 and all these other unique damage buffs, then ESTRA damage is still going to be have a higher potential compared to Tristan. If you still have Tristan, if you push her to 4-star, she's still so amazing, right? In her berserk state, and potentially maybe look at 5-star, because she's going to be your DPS for a while if you're going to skip ESTRA. Like looking at these schedules, looking at these banners, it's going to be tough. Like if you have Tristan, then skipping ESTRA, it's not the end of the world. You're losing out on some damage. Like ESTRA's not at full potential, but Tristan's full potential is still comparable, yeah. So we can see from these like solo damage comparisons, ESTRA is like 8% stronger than Tristan, but if they're on like comparable stars, it's probably going to be about like 15%, right? Because ESTRA does get a big buff from her 4-star, and if they're at like full potential with all the buffs and debuffs, I'll say ESTRA is still about like 30% better than Tristan. So it's still like, you know, that there is that big difference, and but especially for free to play and low spenders like SP, Sophia, Kavare, pretty much ate up all your pulls. And then it's like Luffy. You might need to even skip Aisha. Like maybe I'll put Aisha here as yellow, because I feel like most people are going to be a bit stuck here on Aisha. But yeah, then Luffy you definitely want. SP and Nana you definitely want. I think you really want to look at Credenza as well. I forgot which yellow I used for this. And we have Parsifal. I don't think Parsifal is someone you should look at getting. Like he's really fun, does nice damage, but I don't think he's really as important as Credenza. I feel like DPS, they're easily replaced. Like, you know, we see ESTRA doing huge damage, but Tristan is still comparable. I feel like if you have August, maybe you're coping a bit because August damage is even lower, but yeah, it's just going to take a lot longer to beat stuff, and you can sort of make do with what units you have. Okay, let's compare August's damage. We have August here at 4-star, only 3.8k. Feast, yeah, it is what it is. Arm Guard, 4-star, Magician, Knightly Spirit will attack the boss from the front, so it might be slightly different compared to how we tested ESTRA and Tristan, but I think it's going to be good enough, right? So speed up. I think we can just stand by. We'll come in with the Arm Guard, and then we'll go Rough Swift, Rough Snap, and then we'll come in with the Charge Attack, right? Because we want Scorch to get that 15% extra damage from the Charge Attack there, and we also stack in Contempt from the knockback from the wind, yeah? So I guess that there's a bit of a difference in there. Don't want to do Scorch this turn, so we'll ignore that. Okay. Okay, what was the damage on the boss? Let me go back. So it was at 102, 480, okay. Okay. Now this turn we have to do Invincible. I don't think I mean, I got the Rage, right? Rage Outburst. Charge Attack. Charge Attack. I mean, this will be a weak turn. Then we get the Contempt. Move up. Move up. Okay, I think this is when we want to Arm Guard now. 72, 334. Okay, that's what we're sitting on so far. And then on this turn, this is where we'll go Sudden Strike on the boss. Rough Swift. Rough Snap. And then we can do the Rough Scorch again. Alright. Feel like we cheated a bit with the Contempt. It is what it is. And then August will be blown over and dies, right? Yeah. Okay. I think that's good for comparison. Let's see. 38,715. I don't know. Is that comparable? 78 to 115 to like 124, and then ESTRA has so much potential. Yeah, ESTRA and Tristan, it's still such a big gap, I feel. Like August definitely still does consistent damage after turn 4. I don't know. But yeah, either way. If you have Tristan, I feel like ESTRA you could potentially skip. Like, there is a difference, but I feel like the gap isn't as much. If you have August, his reign is over. Like, I don't think there's any really like coming back for August. I mean, I didn't really use them like with Homer and everything. Like with Homer, his damage does sort of pick up compared to like Tristan with Homer. Yeah. Should I even like bring like SP Rawia in the picture as well? I don't know. There's so much like comparisons that we can do. But either way, August is just done. Like, it's just Tristan. If you have Tristan, you can skip ESTRA. If you don't have Tristan, then yeah, pretty much have to get ESTRA. I feel like SP Rawia might be like pretty close to Tristan. I'll do another video on that or something. Oh man. Anyway, thank you everyone so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.